me out. I don't know how to. I don't know. I'm back. I'm on my heels. You guys are hilarious. Roy Scott, Shaver Knuckles for Justice. Imagine being Liz Warren, selling out progressives 1,000 ways to Sunday and getting absolutely nothing for it. I know. Like, this is what I want to go. This is what you get, Liz. You just sell out, you get something. They're all hoping for cabinet positions now. If they're good little obedient corporate Democrats, not caring about.
Look at what Graham is wearing, everybody.
70% of Americans want Medicare for all.
This is live.
70%. 85% of people who call themselves Democrats want Medicare for all. But 70% of the whole country, that's Republicans, that's independents, that's libertarians, people don't vote. 70% of the country wants Medicare for all. And it ain't going to happen with Trump or Biden. It ain't going to happen. God. Louise Brooks, what's up, Louise? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. I had a convo today with a Muslim friend and another trying for citizenship. They felt if I didn't vote Biden, they have to continue to be afraid of being killed on the street by Trump racists. I hate the DNC. I know. It's a thing Malcolm X said. If you want to get people to run to the fox, create a wolf. So they let Trump get in power. So, and, you know, your Muslim friend is not wrong. I mean, with Trump in power, it's like, woo. But what the true left, working class people, populists, progressives, whatever you want, democratic socialists, we never get anything. We always have to settle for this table scrap bullshit. We always have to settle for it. We always have to settle for it. Well, at least, what? These two pro-cop, pro-private prison people?
Uh-oh. What did I do? I typed in the chat and everything fucking fucked up. Mini player. What? Default view. What?
A little more caffeine, a little more bing bang. And
where's the
we only
chat?
had 50 made. And the tin is labeled like you get number 25 or 26 of 50, it'll say. And we've sold over 25 of them now. There's only about 20 some left. A couple orders just came in earlier today. So they're $20 and it's free shipping. And you can bundle it and get one of my DVDs for an extra $5. So for $25, you get tea and a DVD. For an extra $10, you get tea and a t-shirt, the Political Vigilante. That's the 2T combo.
Look how good that shirt looks on him, bro.
Guide to Movies is on
Look at
sale
fucking the guns.
So for $40, you
get
a book. Boom. You're supporting the show. John Coyne, John, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Thank you for supporting the show. Let's get down to brass tacks, Graham. Tell us all we want to hear. How excited are you for Kamala? I have a whole segment prepared. I'm going to have a guest on the show. So we're going to bring her on in a second. And but I have a whole thing talking about Kamala Harris. I'm gonna discuss that. We're gonna talk about her voting record as Attorney General. We're gonna get it all. Brogressive, what's up? Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Brogressive. This is for Granny Petrol karaoke the other night. Yes, maybe she'll come back and sing again tonight.
He's
folks.
got 390.
Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen.
He's got 392 viewers.
Hello, Cat B. What's up, Dimitri OG? Our guest, I'm going to bring her on in just a second. One of you, I think it was Bobby Tony, made me aware of what this guest is going through. I'll let her explain it. She'll explain
I can't believe he's wearing the shirt.
Give you just a quick Sean Dene, and she has we talked about it the other day, the Justice for
so excited.
She wants to hold and all that. So we're going to bring her on the show in just a second. That's why I say you were all political vigilantes. A viewer of this show made me aware of this situation, so I reached out to her on Instagram, and we're going to have.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, okay. This has happened so many times on the show. One of you brings me aware of some subject or topic
I want to super chat him again.
And then I reach out to somebody that's involved in that, and we can have.
I know, right? I had to go live because I saw him wearing the shirt.
I reached out to Sarah Abdullah, who referred me to a guy that's in Beirut that can kind of give me. give us kind of a better overview of what's going on in Lebanon. So apparently their government,
I love
like,
it.
their government's this huge protest.
I'm over here fucking freaking out. I'm like, I wanted to call.
What your change.org page, and just explain to us everything that's going on and how people can help.
Absolutely. So I did create a change.org petition. Back in 1997, my mother was in a domestic violence relationship with a parole officer. And throughout her whole marriage, it was very volatile, and he was
Hey, Aaron.
constantly terrorizing her, tormenting her, abusing her. Cops would get called, but he would never go to jail. You know, so my mother, she really didn't have much of anywhere to turn to.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Some guests are telling me they're having a volume issue with you. Before we get into apologies, we should have
No
said that.
worries, no worries.
Okay, turn up her.
Is that a little bit better? Testing.
Yeah.
She's a low talker.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
She's a low
Testing.
talker.
Is that too loud?
Let me check.
Could be me.
Let
Right.
me just make sure I've got the right mic settings. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, you hear her.
Is that
All
a
right,
little
what are you
better?
saying? I hear her.
Hey,
Yeah, maybe
maybe
the sound is good. Okay, all right.
better.
Yeah, the sound better. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We're going to start the whole intro all again because so we are live right now, obviously. But then what also I will do, just want you to know, Chantel, that I will then edit this out as a separate segment and drop this as a clip on my channel either probably Wednesday. or
Damn,
Thursday,
she's got to
so
say
it
that
gets
all
as much
over
credit
again
as
now.
possible. So,
Come on, Graham.
that's
Ah,
why we kind of do it live and then also do it like
that's horrible.
we're-
She's got to talk
I mean,
about the domestic violence relationship.
but
Yeah,
my
just
audience,
tell everybody about the
is down by
domestic
that.
violence
Okay.
relationship
So
again.
hello everybody, my name is Graham Elwood and you are watching The Political Vigilante, and a guest that was made aware of, I was made aware of this guest from one of you, a viewer, which is really awesome. It's the thing I love about doing the show is you bring issues to me that I can bring to a wider audience. So I'm here joined by Chantel D. Haynes. Chantel, thank you for taking time out today, and please tell us what is going on with your mom. You have a change.org, and just fill us all in on what is going on and how people can help.
Absolutely. So I'll kind of give you a little backstory first. So it's kind of long and drawn out. I've been dealing with the California Innocence Project and two separate governors in California for the past 23 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Real quick, what is the
Hey,
California
Katie.
Innocence Project?
So they're a nonprofit that
Hey,
kind of
Enoch,
represents
Aaron.
people that they feel are innocent, and they get them off. They get them out. They, either through clemency or habeas corpus appeals. They'll find a way.
I'm so
to
excited that Graham's wearing my
if
shirt.
They're innocent. Problem is that the person that they're representing, he is not innocent. And so back in 97, my mother was brutally murdered by her parole officer husband. He heinously killed her. He strangled her,
Oh my
beat
God.
her, stabbed her,
Oh my
dragged her
God.
across the floor,
Oh my.
filled a
God.
bathtub full of water, drowned her, and dug chemicals in the bathtub. He made it look like a hate crime. The problem with that is the fact that my mother was a Native American woman and he was a black man, black parole officer. Now, I had a lot of experiences as a child witnessing a lot of his domestic violence. And each time that the cops got called out, he never went to jail. And so at a certain point, my mother was trying to get out of the relationship. And unfortunately, he felt like this was the time.
He's got 380 viewers looking at triage oil right now. Look at them big old guns. The fucking triage oil.
Took about 6 months of diligent work with our lawyer at the time, Mike Ramos, who was the previous district attorney of San Bernardino, and for him to get enough of the evidence together, because as soon as Patrick murdered my mother, he was immediately trying to go for the insurance policy. And it was actually the insurance company that was like, okay, this is a little weird. Like, your wife died in very horrible circumstances, and why are you the only person on her life insurance policy when she has 4 children? And so we're gonna do more investigating work.
He is. He's wearing that shirt right now.
Ultimately, what happened, and he was found.
You should all go in there and say something about his shirt.
Was in the trial. My brother was also in the trial.
Graham Elwood on YouTube.
A couple of my mother's friends in California were also in the trial, and even during that,
I turned on Graham Elwood and he's wearing my shirt, and I'm like, oh my God!
Trying to place the blame on everybody else, like everybody else you could possibly fathom, but there is just too much evidence towards him. So he was sent to jail for 2 terms of 15 to 30. So at that point, that's where it should have ended. Like, it should have been like in the movies. It's always the person gets found guilty and they go to prison, the end. With me, that was not the case. It was about 14 years later in 2014.
That is real eye. Catcha! Hey, Ben.
I happened to just randomly search his name, and I saw a article pop up about how the California Innocence Project took up his case.
Oh my God.
In 2007.
That
And
sucks.
so they tried to go with habeas corpus as one of the reasons to let him off, because they felt like they could pin it on his brother for the murder.
What?
Unfortunately, it was his sister that was trying to accuse her brother, but she was an unreliable witness.
What a fucked up family, huh?
The Innocence Project had
God
reasons for
damn.
being upset with
The parole officer.
Patrick's brother. So the judge found them unreliable witnesses. Once I found all that out, I panicked, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm the victim. Like, it's called collateral victim.
Oh.
Like, we were also victims because we don't have our mother anymore. You know, like, we had to live life and try to navigate and be the best that we could be. But unfortunately, when you lose a mother at such a young age,
God, man.
your path could go anywhere. So now I reached out to the California Innocence Project, and I met with them, and I told them, you know, like, how come you guys never reached out to any of the victims' families? We were in the trial. How come you didn't reach out to all the people in the trial? And they told me that they did, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense, because I was in the trial. Like, no, like, this is crazy. So at the end, you know, they told me about Jeff, and I told them, like, look, we all know Jeff. Like, what they're failing to realize is that they married together, so his family became our family. We actually all knew his family before we met him, Patrick. So even after he went to jail, we still were family.
Wow.
So the California Innocence Project is trying to make it like, oh, they're so bad people, and we're like, no, that's not true. Like, I never felt any ill will towards Jeff ever. Like, I know he was a gangbanger and all that stuff, but no.
Yeah, Ben.
So they said
That's
at
good.
the end of our meeting that
Be
even
neighborly.
if
Don't you be my neighbor.
Patrick didn't do it, at this point we've invested too much money into.
You said nice shirt. Can you tell us about it?
Story, so we're gonna have to kind of ride with it, and it frustrated me, because I'm like, are you serious? Like,
Right on,
I'm
brother.
Just one person. I don't have the well-known backing of the California Innocence Project, but here they are telling me this, so I kind of have to just live with it. And the next year, I read that they were trying to do clemency. They sent a clemency letter to the governor, Jerry Brown, at the time. And I sent a letter to him as well. And at that point, I truly believe that because of my letter, I have an open letter on my page too that you can read the letter that I sent him. I
Mhm.
feel like that letter was a deciding factor in the governor denying that clemency. So I'm like, it gave me a moment to breathe. I'm like, okay. So now he's going to be there for his minimum sentence of 30 years. Like that's the hope. I'm like, okay, 30 years, we'll deal with this for 30 years. In 2018, I get a
They're,
notification
they're letting him
from
out.
California that they passed a new law where if there was a perpetrator who was a lifer that committed a crime at the age of 26, then they will automatically be up to parole at 25 years.
What?
And I'm like, this is because why? And they said because he's considered a juvenile.
He
And I was like, well, I don't think I believe he was older than 26 years old. This doesn't make any sense. How did he qualify for this? And they're like, well, he did. Sorry, he is. So his parole is going to be 2023, parole hearing. So I'm panicking. I'm like, what? 2023? It's supposed to be 2028. Like, oh my gosh. And, I had to live with it. So, now we're here. COVID-19 came around 2020, March. It's about my birthday. I'm like stuck in the house for my birthday. And I get a phone call from the victim services again. And they're like, hey, we're just letting you know that the governor, Gavin Newsom, has commuted Patrick's sentence. So he's going to be up for parole this year.
Holy
I
shit.
said, what? Like, why? Like, why?
It sucks being a victim, man.
His
Sucks being a victim of
package,
crime.
like his file out of
I've been on
everything.
that side of it.
I was able to talk to the current
Fuck,
DA
it sucks.
of California, and he said that he got the packet and he denied it, but the governor, Gavin Newsom, decided to approve it. So I tried to reach out to the governor, and I spoke to his assistant and left a couple of messages, and the assistant pretty much told me, like, at this point he has the message, so he'll it's up to him now if he wants to get back to you. So I'm like, what is going on? And so as I read these articles that are coming out, and I'm noticing that at least 4 of the California Innocence Project's cases were commuted by this current governor. So I'm frustrated because this could be a political thing easily. Who knows? I don't want to make assumptions, but for that many cases to be commuted, I feel like there's some kind of ends to that. I just really want to. My goal at this point is to threefold. The first one is to make sure that Patrick remains where he belongs. Honestly, with this climate, it's just, people that are high in law enforcement need to have accountability for their actions. Like, to do something as heinous as he did and to have nothing but time to find different ways to point the blame on other people and convince the California Innocence Project to take his back him, and for them to just push the narrative and switch the narrative for so long. Like, it's time for them to take accountability too. I found a website, and they say they're affiliates with the California Innocence Project, but it says on there that my mother is a white woman and the hate crime was because he was a black man. I'm like, that's not true. Like, what is going on? And I'm realizing that in this world, a lie can become the truth if it's told enough times. Like, people will believe whoever is making the most noise. And that's why I created the petition, because I need for people to know my mother's story, know my story, and understand that it's so easy for just normal people to kind of get bulldozed over and have to deal with this damage.
This is, I mean, wow. So what is the ethnicity of your mother, to clarify?
She's Native American. She's a Oglala Lakota. She was. This is a picture of her back here in high school, and this is her dress. My grandfather made her when she used to do all her powwows. But she's Native American.
And they're twisting the narrative to say that she was a white woman, and that's why.
Yeah.
So they could get him out of
That's
prison.
insane.
Right.
Yeah, they misspelled her name and everything.
It's like
I'm
it's
"Come
like
on, guys, you misspelled her
reparations.
name right." She-
Wow.
It's
twisted
like
the
freaking
narrative.
reparations.
Have you had? So what organizations, if any, have you found that have been sympathetic to your side?
Yes. Currently, the Murdered and Missing Indigenous Women and Girls organization, the USA chapter. I'm working with them. I'm also working with the Victims Advocates. It's actually Mike Ramos's nonprofit where he works with people, with victims and victim rights. Because this is just ridiculous. I have a couple other justice advocacy nonprofits that I'm starting to work with as well, and I'm about to work with.
It's fucking
my
terrible,
mother's
man.
Tribal council as well, just to kind of get people behind me, and to let them know like this is uncalled for. Like I don't know if I understand that trying to get someone off if they're innocent.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of innocent people in prison right now. I wholeheartedly believe that. I also believe like low crime, people who've done low level crimes.
Yeah,
should be
he's a
eligible
bad
for
dude.
commuted sentences.
He's
or-
a bad dude. He needs to be locked
Or
up.
just to be released, but
What he did is
for the
inexcusable.
governor to commute at least 22 high level criminals, murder,
It's fucked
and
up.
rape, it's uncalled for. Like there has to be a change there.
That shit doesn't even
Somebody
make
has to say
sense.
it's not right.
Yeah, I mean that's it's.
Wow.
This is the problem with our political system is politicians are always looking to co-opt some movement to their own benefit, and the Black Lives Matter protests because of the murder of George Floyd are important, and it's getting all these people waking up. But then it seems, and again, this is just my opinion listening to your story, is that then somebody like Gavin Newsom is just like, oh, well, I'm going to score some political points if I just commute this guy's sentence without looking really into it. And then the Innocence Project, who I'm sure they've done good work and have helped free some people, but they're just missing the ball on this. And like, why can't they say we got this wrong? Especially
shit,
just
right?
just flagrant
Because in today's world, nobody
Um,
admits when they're wrong.
misinformation of your mother was a white woman when she's not. She's Native American. And the first thing that popped into my mind too, and I'm glad you brought them up, is this. This is a big issue that I've covered before in the show, the murdered and missing Indigenous women, of how, when an Indigenous woman is murdered or goes missing, it's just sort of like, there's not much done about it. And it seems like it's even compounding that crime by now. The man that committed the crime is in jail, and as well he should be. And now
Yeah.
that's mystifying to me. I mean,
It's truly crazy. I know that once the commuted sentence got passed down, my mother's friend in California, because I didn't know what to do, honestly. Like I was like kind of defeated, truly, and furious. But my mother's friend from California, whom I didn't know at the time, I was only 12 or 13 when my mother was murdered. It was 2
God.
weeks before my 14th birthday, and this commuted news was only 3 days before my 37th birthday. these are nice birthday gifts. But my mother's friend from California, she found me and she let me know, like, hey, like I was in the trial. I was there to witness Patrick before and after the murder, like his character, and she didn't get reached out to the California Innocence Project until years after me. So it's, you know, they're very interesting. I wanted to know. Well, I can't say I have an assumption, but while Patrick was in prison, he got a girlfriend, and the girlfriend was running a Facebook page for him. And from 2015 till about 2018, she was running this page for him. Unfortunately, she passed away, but now the page is gone. So I feel like I feel like yet again the California Innocence Project is trying to cover their tracks.
Well,
And
once you stop paying
it's
for a website, it
frustrating.
goes down.
Like, it's really truly
When
frustrating.
you die, you're not paying for it anymore. It
Well,
eventually goes
okay,
down.
so what can people? How can people? Chantel, how can people get involved to help bring a voice to what you're?
That's
going
why I
through?
paid for mine for fucking 10
So
years.
definitely sign my petition.
So this will be up for 10 years.
www.change.org/justice
Live or
for
die.
Deborah
The website
Blackrow.
stays up.
What I'm doing right now is with enough signatures, it's to send to Governor Gavin Newsom to help him understand, like, hey, you gotta do a little bit more research into these things. And you really should talk to the California Innocence Project because they led you astray with this case. This definitely is not the one. And
Yeah, they stood on the
also
wrong
for
fucking hill, that's for sure.
California Innocence Project to take accountability. Just be honest.
Right?
You made
Yeah.
a mistake.
Hey, we fucked up.
Yeah,
Let
it's
it go.
okay. It's so crazy when
Let the
people
guy
and
rot.
organizations are so afraid to admit they made a mistake, and it actually just compounds it and makes it worse.
That's what I just said, right?
Um,
Nobody wants to admit they make a mistake.
Yeah, I that's insane to me. But I just put in the chat for everybody the change.org/justice for Deborah Blackrow. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that'll be in the show notes as well. So everybody, this is a way to get involved and go to this change.org/justice for Deborah Blackrow and help out. So Chantel, anything else you want to leave us with before you go?
Yes. So the parole hearing is September 3rd. And right now, with our victim services advocate, she said that
Where?
she can read letters, but also letters from the community saying that they do not want this other person released back into their.
I'd like to
their
send a letter.
communities. He's in California right now. I live in Las Vegas, so right now, if he gets released, he will be in California. So anybody who is in California, I do have a address that you can send your letter to. It will go to the Board of Commissioners,
Good.
and they will read it.
I don't want this fucking piece of shit released.
Where he belongs
He's
right
a
now.
violent, obnoxiously
Okay, and this
violent
is all
criminal.
in the change.org page.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Change.org/justice for Deborah Blackrow, everybody. Go there, check it out, and help out. Chantel, thank you so much for taking time. I'm sorry you're having to go through this, but
So glad he's wearing
I
my shirt
appreciate
during that
that you're,
interview. I'm proud of that.
still doing what you can to try to bring justice for your mom.
Thank you.
All right, you have a nice day. Thank you so much.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, everybody, that was
Chantel Haynes.
that was Chantel D. Hayes. And thank you, Kate, for putting her, she's on Instagram too. And her Instagram is at Sean Denay, SHONDNAY. And it looks like Kate found her Twitter as well. So the change.org/justice for Deborah Blackrow is also in her Instagram, in her bio. So check that out. Bobby Tokney, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Thank you, brother, for making us aware of that. We really appreciate it. I want this show to be a platform to try to bring justice for people that don't have a voice, man. That's that's what political vigilante. That's why I always grew up as a Batman fan.
Huh.
He fought for the powerless. He went after the most powerful people in Gotham, and he always followed the money. So And if you just missed it, Bobby or anybody else, again, that will be a segment that I will drop probably tomorrow. And of course, this will be archived on Patreon at the $10 level, and Rockfin. The whole live stream will be archived if you're in Rockfin or Patreon. But again, that interview segment will drop as a separate clip, so she'll get even more play on that. So thank you so much. Thank you everybody who got involved. I really appreciate it, and thank you, Kate, for yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Turning my sound down a little bit. Yeah, it's weird because I heard a perfect sound balance on my end, and some people were saying they heard the sound was fine, and some people saying it wasn't. So that
sound was
I don't know what to do with that. If everybody's like we can't hear, then I know it's on my end. But if some people can hear me fine and others can't, then it's I don't know. I don't like at that point. I don't know what to tell you. It might be I don't know what to tell you at that point. So. Our Revolution, MSU, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Kamala Beats, Mike, Mother, any day. Funny. Who else? I want to make sure I didn't miss any other super chats.
Oh, my super chats. Nays Garden.
George Allen. So MSNBC Today and Chuck Todd were nuts over Kamala. It was something to see, so I'm supposed to fall in love. To vote for these clowns, Biden and Harris. Yeah, I know, dude. Believe me, I have a Kamala segment all ready to go.
That's
kids.
cool. I wonder what he's using to pull up the
discuss
super chats like that.
In a second. And thank you for supporting the show, George. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm toying with this new feature. Look at this.
Oh, StreamYard? I like it. And wonder if that's what Pop Brothers at Law is using.
You can put it on the screen. Look at that. Our Revolution. Oh, I like this StreamYard. Kamala beats Mike any day. Right on. Hello, Adam. Hello. Here's Bobby Tokenies. Look at that. Sweet. That's cool, man. Well, that's really rad. That's really rad. George Allen, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, George. Thanks for the great interview. It caused me to forget Biden for a minute. It shows what really matters. Yeah, I mean, and I'll get into it. Like, okay, Kamala, great. All of my neoliberal friends on social media.
I think he missed my super chats, but that's okay.
Does she help Biden get a chance to win? Sure.
I'm glad he wore my shirt.
But as I've said, when Biden wins, first of all, Trump's not going to leave the White House. You've got that issue. And then what? Anyway, hold on a quick second.
Where's he going? Oh, is he going to get... Oh my God, Granny Petrol? Dude, Granny Petrol, bro. Granny Petrol. No, damn. Damn, I thought he was getting Granny Petrol.
Hold on, there's another super. I know I missed another super chat. J9 Campbell, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. The tea is great. Watch the DVD, and I like the shirt. Should have read the ingredients first. Yep. Youngest has allergies. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. She is pissed because she likes it. All for me now. LOL. Well, thank you for supporting the show, J9, on so many levels and buying the tea. Of course, the tea is available at GrahamElwood.com. And there's only 50 units were made, so there's less than, we're getting into there's more, we've sold over 25, so we're like 21 or 22 left. So, and once we're not going to do this again. Like we did the green tea, that was gone, so this one's gone. So, and I've got all this extra swag because I'm going to be changing my store to an on-demand model. So I've got extra like Whistling Bane shirts and Palm Strike shirts I don't even sell anymore. These little download cards that don't even work anymore that I'll just, anything you buy from me, you're going to get some cool little free stuff in whatever I've got. It might be a shirt that doesn't fit you, I don't know, but you're going to get some free stuff. So thank you so much for supporting the show. I really appreciate that. Whoops. All right. right.
Super chat.
Hello, Grant from the Motor City. What's up? Let me make sure I got all of the.
Super chats. You missed mine. I gave him 2 super chats. He missed them both.
Oops, I gotta be careful what I click on. Oh, here we go. Matt S. What's up, Matt? Shave your knuckles for justice. You got a good heart, dude. Thanks for being a platform to those who may not otherwise. Hey, thanks, brother. That's what I try to do, man. You know, it's like the powers that be are just kicking all of our asses. They are putting their necks on our fucking, or their knees on our necks on a daily. So anything I can do to help in whatever small way. I know this show is not, I'm not Joe Rogan. I don't have 5 million followers, or I got 71,000. And that's not nothing. It's not massive, but it's something. I mean, if YouTube wasn't throttling me all these years, I would probably have 200,000-300,000 subscribers, easy. Jimmy Dore would have 1.5 million.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. I'd have 100,000.
But it is what it is, and because you folks show up every live stream and you support the show financially and all these other ways, you buy my tea and all this other stuff, you allow me to be able to do this to where I can have somebody like that on the show. So thank you. I'm trying, man. I try to have a good heart. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. Thank you. A-Mares. Shave your knuckles for justice, A-Mares. Everybody show A-Mares some love, and anybody else that's in Iowa. I know Snork White 2K's over there. I don't know if he's in the chat today, but Iowa got hit pretty hard. So show them some love. A-Mares help clear 1 ton of trees from yards and rural roads today in Iowa. Firework for all. Sucks. We always have to save ourselves. Oh, man. Yeah, like I have such mixed feelings on that. One, first of all, good for you for getting out and helping your neighbors, and I'm sure it like warms your heart to see everybody just pitching in and helping each other out. But what's maddening, as you're pointing out, is the fact that, yeah, you're on your own, man. There's no money for federal government. We got money for troops to fight in 7 different countries overseas. But like this is what the National Guard is for. A natural disaster. The National Guard should be out there, and. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people in need of work right now. Couldn't we throw some federal money out there to get, there's a natural disaster. Any Iowan who lost their job because of COVID-19, who's able-bodied, go help pick shit up. We'll pay you $20 an hour or whatever. Wouldn't that just help I'm working, I'm helping. I'm making a little bit of, couldn't we just do that? Oh, that's right, all the money went to Wall Street. Oh, good, as long as the Wall Street assholes are taken care of. Did Steve Mnuchin? I hope his private jet didn't get hurt. Is one of Bezos's homes okay? So good for you, A-Mares, for helping out in your community. That's what this is about, helping out your fucking community. And go pick up trees because there was a storm, and good for you. Like, good for you for like helping your community.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we all have to do, is help out in our communities.
Oh, yeah.
Because
People need to stop. People need to stop dumping garbage on the side of the fucking road like goddamn fucking rats.
The tamales, can it be? Great. But we have a national jobs program. It's called the military. Yeah. Kamala laughs at kids who are arrested for pot. National Guard didn't even show up. Jesus Christ. Mutual aid is all we have left. Yep. This presidential election has gotten worse than 2016. It's a political circus. Yeah. George Allen, what's up? Shave your knuckles for justice. Mainstream media never brings up Native issues. They barely covered Standing Rock. Oh, I know. If, suburban white girls were murdered and missing at the rates of Native American women, it would be nonstop. It's just mystifying. When I first heard about the murder and missing Indigenous women issue, I was like, wait, what? I was not aware of it because the media doesn't talk about it.
Oh, they closed the chat.
I watched that movie with Jeremy Renner.
The show's already over.
I'm blanking on the name, Wind River, I think was it? Wind River? And they put statistics up in there because I think it
I was
keep
way
sharing more or
behind.
whatever, and I was like, wow. I had no idea. That's why I was like, oh, when I started doing the show, like, I got to start covering this. And I have a handful of times. It's just like,
Dude, it's already over, man. I didn't realize I was so far behind on it.
yeah. Central and East Iowa, no power promise for days, man. Wind River, yeah.
God, I wonder how
Hey
far.
Graham, thanks for covering all the crap that I've run across over the years. The stuff about the Native American girls is freaky and sad. Yeah, it's awful.
I wonder how far back I am on this.
You get thumbs up for first black woman VP, but still haven't earned the progressive vote, which is more important.
Because the chat's over.
Well, again, it's just shows the Democratic Party it's just more identity politics. I mean, if Joe Biden picked Nina Turner, I might actually vote for Joe Biden. I mean, if he picked Nina Turner as his VP, I'd go, you know what? This is the most progressive we've gotten in any close to the White House. Great. It would be, first black woman vice president, awesome. But that means she's in line for president. And I would be like, absolutely, I would vote for Joe Biden. I would switch like that. I'm not doing it for Kamala Harris. God.
You gotta love it. You click live.
Mars USA, yeah. I heard.
It says it's live. It may not. I think it was live, but I was behind for some reason. It's really weird how far behind.
Nina Turner is too black for the new Democratic base, aka upper class white people. I know. All the blue check Hollywood neoliberals. Boom.
Dave's Garden.
The tea is amazeballs. Oh, sweet.
You got a lot of.
Thank you, Progressive Girl. It is cool.
You got a lot of
7,000
super chats.
subscribers. It is really, really cool. 370 people watching, 307 people watching, 220 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get up over 300 likes.
Man, I'm so glad I got those black shirts to put those.
John Coyne, shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, do you recall the Patrice O'Neal skit on bringing a white lady with you on a boat so that the cops will actually look for you? Yes. Oh, Patrice O'Neal was so goddamn funny. Oh God, Patrice O'Neal was so funny. He's so fucking funny, man. He was so funny, Patrice O'Neal. God damn it. Oh, thank you for bringing that up, man. I forget, it was like bring a white lady with you on a boat, because that way if the boat goes missing or it's something, they'll come actually look for you. Shit, he's funny, man. Oh yeah, Patrice was hilarious. R.I.P. Patrice, right on, man. Yeah, Kamala didn't win a single delegate in California, to my knowledge.
Huh.
From
her own state. Hilarious.
What worries
quite telling.
What worries me, people outside U.S. don't know what Kamala is like. I do, but yeah, I know. People in America don't know what she's like. Yeah. Girl Knuckles Shade, what's up? Now we know why they stopped Tulsi's ad purchase after being the top Google candidate in the second debate. Yep.
Oh no, 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 no! Don't
I'm a
end
big
it.
Violet Crumble fan. Oh, I had this. Annabelle sent me one of those. The first time I had it, it's very I wasn't used to it at first because I don't think we have any candy like that. But then I was like, oh, I dig this. Preston Kirby. But come on, guys, you're not recognizing that this Kamala pick helped Biden lock down the big swing state of California. Yes, yes.
Don't end. Don't end.
Boy, we didn't know if California was going to go blue. It's a good point, Preston. Yeah, damn, you got.
It's like it's trying to end, but I don't want it to. I didn't realize, man. I'm sitting there typing.
Great sentence of you.
He may have been talking about Triage Royal. I wouldn't even know it.
Oh shit. Do Shatner karaoke. Don't you worry, Kitty Cat. I will.
He stalls so much. I wonder what's going
I
on.
brought back a dozen Violet Crumbles from Hawaii. They did not last long.
I guess he reads through it before he reads them out loud.
Kamala Harris was destroyed by your own father. How insulting is it that your own father
All right,
basically
Chris,
described you as a disgrace? Yeah. Yep. My mom, who isn't politically aware, came home today and was like, I'm not voting for her. My mom was pissed that they would just token signal black women vote for us.
Right.
Wow, nice.
Well, we all knew they were going to do that.
Nice.
We all knew they were going to do that. Oh, we have to have a black
Anyone
woman.
Biden could pick for VP would.
Have
yeah.
to have a black woman for VP. We have to have a black. We have to
You
have
think there
a
are
black.
many who do not know Kamala's age.
Sounds kind of racist and sexist. We have to have a black woman for VP. That sounds racist and sexist to me. I mean, in fact, I can't think of a more racist and sexist fucking statement than that. And if you don't hear racism and sexism in that,
Absolutely.
then
All
you're
these
racist
voting
and
blue
sexist.
People that are on social media going, yeah, Biden Harris is. A bunch of them I saw, but Biden Harris 2020, they have no idea. Like any good neoliberal,
Paused a minute, funny.
they don't pay attention. They just think the Democrats are better. They
Huh. I don't know what's going
don't
on.
want to hear any facts about how awful Obama and Biden were for 8
Close my fucking phone.
years. They don't want to hear any facts about Kamala Harris. So guess what, kids?
Had a bunch of apps running on my phone. And it was connected to the internet.
I think I'm gonna do a segment on it. How's that sound?
Right now? Oh, he went for a long time. Man. So he went for 30, 40. He went for another. He went for another. He said he was shutting down, and then ended up going for another hour and 15 minutes. Who does that sound like?
Kate, shave your knuckles for justice.
Maybe I'll lower the. I'll go to 240.
Kamala Harris didn't win a single delegate and got third in California. Thanks, Brent McKinney. Yeah, she couldn't even win a state that she's a senator of. Because people in California knew, she's put a bunch of was in jail. Matt S. Shaving Knuckles for Justice, Matt.
Man, he got a shit ton of super
The Kamala
chats.
pick, based on her being tough on crime, is very deliberate based on the riots these days. It sucks, but it's clever. Oh yeah, it's that honestly. I'll get into it. Let's
Let's put it in fast motion.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, everybody. My name is Rebel, and you're watching the Long Overtime. Freedom Guns for Justice. Joe Biden has just announced Kamala Harris as his VP pick. Well, thank God that the author of the 1994 crime bill and the former Attorney General of the state of California that put 120,000 people of color behind bars have teamed up. Oh, you know what that is? That's a little like, hey, Americans, some conservatives, and libertarian, whatever, who don't like all of these protests and riots, we just went, wink, don't worry, it's going to be more law and order. Joe Biden, who has said he will not defund the police. Kamala Harris has said they will not defund the police. And neoliberals are going, yay, Biden Harris, you go, girl. Like, it's amazing. Great, more authoritarian Democrats. The Twitter feeds are going to be polite. So when unmarked vans snatch, when Biden and Harris are in the White House,
Won't go outside, buddy?
people at Occupy Wall Street, at Standing Rock, at Baltimore,
Won't go
during
outside?
great protests. The neoliberal wine moms and the voting blue
Outside?
crowd, they didn't care. It didn't bother them. So they'll go back
You did?
to sleep. But I want you to know, if you're not sure who Kamala Harris is, you just think she's going to resist Trump's awful. I don't like him. Don't want him to be president anymore. But your lesser of two evil things is imposter.
It's triggering my guitars. It's funny. His voice triggers my guitars. Makes them ring out.
Because it brings in this. And he was like, oh, Rand, you're racist. Really? I'd love Nina Turner to be the vice president. But that's not going to happen because she said voting for Joe Biden
That one too. Both my guitars ring when he talks.
is like getting a
He has a very musical voice.
If you was running for president, I would join your campaign.
No.
That's how you different answer. This is Kamala Harris.
No.
By the way, just let you know who Kamala Harris is. Everybody out there, all voting will do part. Who's been out protesting? Good for you for doing the Black Lives Matter, the George Floyd protests. You've been out there and constantly kicking your ass in cities like Seattle and Portland and Chicago and Los Angeles, all with Democrat mayors.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna cut this show and I'm gonna go. I was just very excited.
Here's what the former Attorney General,
That he's wearing the
District Attorney of
shirt.
San Francisco, we'll talk about that in a second, and the Attorney General of the state of California. Here's what she thinks. If you're
I'm
out there
sure
and
you
spend
guys don't
more
want to
money on
watch
police,
this, but I
spend more
do.
money on, we need more money on schools, not on riot gear and stuff like
Press
that.
number
Here's what she
2
thinks.
if you want to keep watching this with me.
So I say with all
Press
loved
number
ones,
2 if
that
you
are
want to keep
concerned
watching this
for
with me.
People who are progressive thinking and liberal minded, or just progressive thinking in terms of just fix it, is that
Press number 2 if you want to keep watching this with me.
we all have these posters in our closet that is attached to a stick that we sometimes will card out when we're talking about criminal justice policy and those statistics that you first heard when you opened it up, incarceration, and we run around with these signs, build more schools, let's jails, build more schools, let's jails, and we walk around everywhere, build more.
Stop saying we, Kamala. You've never held a sign like that in your life. Because you get money from the private prison industry. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
We protest, build more schools, less jails. Put money into education, not prisons. There's a fundamental problem with that approach, in my opinion. And it's this. I agree with that conceptually. But you have not addressed the reason I have 3 padlocks on my front door.
Yes, we have. Actually, the reason you have 3 padlocks on your front door is because we haven't built enough schools, because we've built more prisons, because we have a for-profit prison industry that supports candidates like you. The private prison industry is ecstatic that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris could potentially be the new administration. They're ecstatic. Remember now, Vice President Biden was there when Obama deported 3 million people. They separated families at the borders for 8 years under the Obama Biden years. That's her just mocking you. If you're for more schools and less prisons, she just mocked you. Are you okay with that? This is the problem with the voting blue. The lesser of 2 evils. This is the problem. All this white people out there right now who have been waking up to like white privilege, myself included, right? I'm a middle class white guy, but a lot of white privilege. And we're all those white people are really having to look at the Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor and go, wow. maybe any white person that's like, man, I used to say, not all cops are bad. I didn't think, I just thought it was a few bad apples. I don't think that there's systemic racism. And now people are going, wow, there is systemic racism that has been in this country for centuries. And it's definitely on the books legally in the criminal justice system. We see the alarming rates. Young black men are way more likely to go to jail. Well, you know, if a white kid gets busted with weed or a black kid gets busted with weed, the white kid gets slapped on the wrist, black kid goes to jail. We've seen those statistics are like waiting all these like, oh my god. So when you say lesser of two evils, and Trump's bad, and anytime I say the Democratic Party's bad, then neoliberals always go, man, what do you like Trump? Am I supposed to vote for Trump? No, I'm waking you up to the fact that the whole system is broken. You want to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? Great. But the Democratic Party and the political system that they are a part of and profit from does not give a shit about you or me. They do not want to defund the police. She does not want that. So the refusal to wake up to the corruption of the Democratic Party is just like white people saying, I don't see race. All lives matter. Not all cops are bad. There's just a few bad apples. It's the same thing. Your denial of systemic racism is the same thing as your denial of the corruption of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is the Republican Party of the 80s and early 90s. The Republicans have gone so far right into fascists. You say, Graham, Trump's a Nazi. Yeah, Trump's an awful Nazi. Yeah, but this, those are her words. Joe Biden thought in 1994?
You must take back streets. You take back the streets, more cops, more prisons. I hope this crime bill, when it passes, the Biden has crime bill, as it becomes law, God willing, I hope that we will have it once and for all. That somehow Democrats are weak on crime. The sentence is A. We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter, or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. What? I want to ask, what made them do this? They must take it off the street. We all agree on that. Now we can find some fringe folks.
Fucking hilarious.
And left wingers in my party say, no, that's not what we should do. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people. Tens of thousands of them. Born out
1, 2, 3 of you.
without any conscience developing.
3 of you hit number 2. 3 of you hit number 2.
50 years from now, Madam President, we have predators on our streets. They are beyond pale, many of those people. Beyond pale. I don't care why someone is a malefactor in society. We have an obligation to
God, Joe Biden's such a creep.
cordon them off from the rest of society.
I don't care if someone's a malefactor. I don't care that somebody had a shitty childhood and no opportunities. And their only choice was crime. I don't care about fixing that problem. Do you see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris do not give a shit about any of the economic reasons that cause crime? I'm not excusing someone who commits an awful crime. I'm not excusing that. But what got them to that position? And if they talk this tough about the crimes committed by Wall Street, they would have my vote. But they don't. They talk this tough about poor people, mainly. And poor people of color.
And try to help them, try to change behavior. They are. In jail.
I'm sorry. This is, I mean, of course, Joe Biden, I'm not shocked. He picked somebody, you know, another corporate Democrat that's in favor of private prisons and gets money from them. But let's not forget this.
Anybody else want to press number 2? I only got 3 people press number 2. Anybody else want to press number 2?
To arrest
Out of 15 people?
Steve Mnuchin. And
Press
George
number
Soros,
2. Anybody?
was a huge owner of One West Bank. She had over 1,000 pieces of hard evidence showing mortgage fraud,
Tanner, Aaron, and Love. That's it.
which is a felony, as the Attorney General of the state of California. Attorney General of the state of California. This is not a wacky coincidence. Steve Mnuchin donated to her campaign as Attorney General. Donated to her campaign. She started as a
Press number 2.
as
Last
a attorney. She was a district
chance.
attorney. She failed to prosecute
Last chance.
pedophile priests in San Francisco. She was district attorney in the city of San Francisco. She didn't prosecute pedophile priests, and she wouldn't release the names of pedophile priests. Isn't that weird? She's now teaming up with Joe Biden, who has ties to Epstein, as I've done on numerous videos here. The Democratic Party, who's speaking at a Democratic convention, Bill Clinton on Epstein's plane 26 times. Hillary was on the plane 2 times. Bill and Hillary were at Epstein's compound numerous times. So in the same way that
All right. Nobody else is
Okay,
going to
so
press
all-
number 2, so
Blue
I'm
bar.
going to go. Oh, Mariana just saved the show. There you go. Thank you, Mariana.
Hillary was in his office, the
All
prosecutor,
right.
Amy Maxwell, arrested her. Her trial was not for another year, which gives her plenty
We'll
of time
stay
to-
for a little
oh,
bit
can't
longer
really
then.
herself with a paper t-shirt. I just want to give you a connect.
Because I know that's why it's lagging out, because I've got the show going too. You know, I could probably go shut down the other
All these guys,
computer, and that might help.
No, I'm not. I'm showing you why Biden and Kamala Harris is just more of the same. The tweets will be nice, and okay, they'll protect Roe v. Wade, but an economic collapse is coming. And one of the reasons an economic collapse is coming is because Joe Biden and Barack Obama didn't prosecute any of the
I'm thinking maybe Rogan's
and neither did corporate Democrats like Kamala Harris. So again, Steve Mnuchin donated to her Attorney General
Let me go turn
campaign when she was Attorney General of the state of California, and the mortgage crisis collapsed in 2008 and 9 and 10. They started getting an investigation and seeing that One West Bank was committing mortgage fraud. She had over 1,000 pieces of evidence and could have put Steve Mnuchin and George Soros behind bars and did not. She didn't. She submitted enough evidence, and all these other people within her office were like, "We have more than enough evidence." Journalists. There's more than enough evidence to prosecute these people. They did. And then Steve Mnuchin donated to her senatorial campaign. When she became senator, she voted for Steve Mnuchin to be Secretary of Treasury. So I just want all the neoliberal, yay! I'm all for diversity, but not the diversity of the ruling class. Not this. This is not the good diversity. This is just, oh, she's going to be corporate, she's going to be good for Wall Street, while we're all sitting here struggling for work and facing this like looming economic collapse. Right now our economy is not doing well, but it's being propped up. It is going to collapse, worse than what happened when the stock market crashed in 1929, worse than the 2008 housing crisis. Take those two together, combine them, and then you're going to have that with the 6 years or more of just political and social upheaval in the late 60s and 70s. Take all that together, add it up, multiply it by 10, that's what's coming. 28 million foreclosures are coming because Obama and Biden didn't pass any real regulation at all. They didn't put any executives behind bars. Nobody was prosecuted. In Iceland, they put the bankers in jail. So Kamala Harris likes talking about how much of a tough cop she is. She's a tough cop against poor people. That's who she's going to prosecute. And you better believe, everybody up in Portland, good for you, hats off for all that work. If they're in the White House and you keep protesting, you better believe they're going to send federal troops to kick your ass. You better believe there's going to be unmarked vans. Why do I know this? Because the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, was signed by who? President Barack Obama in December of 2020.
That seemed to fix it.
That said, federal troops can just arrest American citizens on
There we
their
go.
own with no due process. They don't even need a search warrant. They don't even need a reason, just like those cops did in Portland. They just snatched people up. And you think this is going to be different? No, I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm telling you the whole system is broken. And just like people are waking up to how broken the police, our justice system is, you don't think there's any connection to the two-party system and how corrupt it is? And you telling the Democratic Party, I will vote for anyone you give me?
Oh,
You're telling them you don't have to put politicians
oh.
and policies that will help me. Harris and Biden, neither one of them were for Medicare for all. In the middle of the pandemic, don't you think we all need free health care? They're not for student debt forgiveness? So there's going to be all these incremental changes that they get in the White House, but nothing real will change. We're going to have an economic collapse, and they're going to send troops to come kick your ass because Obama and Biden did that for 8 years, just like George W. Bush did. Who got rid of Glass-Steagall? FDR era banking regulation that was necessary and it was
Rogan is so funny.
on the books for decades because we needed it. Who got rid of that in 1999? That's right, Bill Clinton. In the middle of Monica Lewinsky, cocktail dress, reality TV show. He did that, and nobody in the mainstream media talked about it. Nobody called. Kamala out, except Tulsi Gabbard called her out. Do you remember that? Do you remember when Tulsi Gabbard called her out? Do you remember that? When Tulsi Gabbard called her out. I'm going to bring that up in a second. It was an amazing moment when Tulsi Gabbard called her out. Remember this during the Democratic debates? When Kamala thought she was a top-tier candidate? And this is what crushed her presidential run. And actually boosted Tulsi Gabbard's numbers. This made me want to vote for Tulsi Gabbard. This was making me hope
Look at Graham's face.
that Bernie was going to pick her as his VP. And they would have crushed everybody. But he didn't because Bernie folded, Tulsi folded. But this is what we wanted Tulsi to do the whole time. This is what we wanted Bernie to do the whole time.
As a prosecutor, and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their senses to use them.
Tulsi looked really good for that debate, but you know
As she
what?
labored for the state of California, and she fought to keep cash bail system in place. That impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
As soon as I found out how she felt, about Israel, she became ugly to me.
Significantly reforming the criminal justice system of the state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I have to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about re-entering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, because I know that criminal justice is so broken, that I'm an advocate for what needs to be done, not only legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring up Congresswoman Gabbard back into response.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not end workers yet. In the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There's no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Ooh! This is why I tell you, you cannot reform the Democratic Party from within. So when Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders, and AOC say, oh, Trump's awful, he's acting like a crazy fascist dictator, but the Democratic Party allowed him to become president. He's the most beatable guy I've ever seen in my life in 2016. They screwed over Bernie twice, and twice he didn't really fight back. And there's no progressive leadership in the party anymore. We have no leaders. So, okay, Biden and Kamala Harris, they get in the White House. All right, they'll listen to scientists and they'll help with this pandemic.
Progressive meaning
okay.
change.
I just really want everybody to see. And I'm all for. I was a big supporter of Tulsi Gabbard, a woman of color to be president. I would love for her to have been Secretary of State or Vice President under Bernie. But they keep getting shunned. And Tulsi called out Kamala Harris. She called out Hillary Clinton. And then she still plays ball. When you play ball with this Democratic Party, they're going to screw you. Look at this board, man. She's done everything. She's doing whatever the party tells you to do. Plays every little game. They give her nothing. But you still want the cool kids to like you. And you know what I'm talking about. Bernie, the Tulsi, and all the AOC, they still at the end of the day want the cool kids to like them. And corporate Democrats like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and the Clintons and the Obamas and Biden, they don't give a shit. Kamala Harris played ball. So she got clocked in the primary. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard took her out. That's what happens. So why Tulsi and Bernie and AOC are still like drinking this Kool-Aid, thinking, leave that party. But they all said no. 2017, 2018, the draft Bernie campaign to lead started the independent party. And everyone got on board. And this is what happened. This is what you get. I'm all for diversity, but they gotta be real leaders. They gotta be real people. They can't just be like, because again, we have female mayors and female chiefs of police who are out on the streets every day beating the shit out of protesters and shooting tear gas and rubber bullets. And because America is an evil war machine, we are the bad guys. We are the repressive society. This notion that we are a free system, we are not. Because we are desensitized to this murder. We've been desensitized to this for decades. And again, I'm all for people of color and women and provided I care more about somebody's policies and voting record than anything else. I wasn't that excited in 2016. I'm like, okay, some old dude from Vermont, I guess, but then I listened to his policies and his platforms, and that's why I'm voting for him. And Nina Turner, wake up and get out of that party. Jesse Ventura, run as an independent. Jesse Ventura and Nina Turner on an independent ticket, no party affiliation. Boom. Because let's just get more women there. Okay, but remember Madeleine Albright? Did she bring some nice female energy to the State Department?
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know.
Let me clarify, 60 minutes. That's more than the total casualties that all of America suffered in World War II. We lost over about 419,000 people. Roughly 15,000 of them were service members in Europe, and then there was Pearl Harbor, which was some civilians. But so we killed more Iraqi children. This is in the 90s, by the way, under Bill Clinton's presidency. These are sanctions. And this is what Madeleine Albright can say. So this is our media going, wow, that's more than died in Hiroshima. That's more than we lost as a nation in service members in World War II, by 80,000.
Is the price worth it? I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
1996. 500,000 dead Iraqi children, the price is worth it. This is the Democratic Party. Republicans are awful. No two ways about it. Trump and Republicans, McCain, they're evil. They're awful. I've done a million videos on them. They're awful. But this is what you get with the lesser two evils. You know who else thought you were Trump if you voted for the Democratic Party? Calvinists.
You're in a position to determine who goes to the White House and who stays in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Justin in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas family back. But when you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be a determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and got it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. But your term, the party that you pass, control 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you. Because you're a chump. Anytime you show your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that need to use during election time, and you're going to have to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party. You're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
Malcolm X words, not mine. He's talking about what was going down in the 60s, man. The Democrats controlled 2/3 ago. We control Congress. This is 50-some years later. We're still doing the same bullshit. It's mystifying to me. It's mystifying to me. All right. Kamala Biden. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. All you people out there protesting, good for you. I've gone to some protests and went out there seeing the fascist cops of the United States and federal troops and local police departments. Do not lose sight that this has been happening for a long time. The Patriot Act was signed, was put out there by George W. Bush, and a bunch of Democrats, including Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, signed it, said yes. Said yes. And people like Pelosi have extended the Patriot Act for years. We have been at war in Afghanistan for 19 years. Okay, Biden and Harris, great. Trump's gone. Everybody on the left gonna go back to sleep, gonna go back to brunch. Gonna mock protesters the way a lot of liberals mocked Occupy Wall Street. Now they don't even have a purpose. You watch that show Newsroom, written by neoliberal Hollywood millionaire Aaron Sorkin, mocking Occupy Wall Street.
Anybody still here watching with
If
me?
you're not careful, newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. So when Biden and Kamala Harris oppress the shit out of you, and they will, because an economic collapse is coming, and people protest them, you're gonna get mad at them? What are you gonna do when people like myself, way on the left, I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm not a right-winger, I'm not alt-right, I'm not anything a progressive anymore. I'm an anti-war, pro-labor socialist. You're gonna get mad at me, aren't you? Some neoliberals gonna get mad at me. Graham, you're helping Trump win. All I did was give you facts about the Democratic Party, facts about what they've done, and I get blanked. This is the definition of like people that live in an alcoholic household. The alcoholic parents are doing all this abusive, awful shit, and one of the kids goes, hey, this ain't right, and you're yelled at. You make dad drink. Every time you cause problems, that's why he drinks and beats us. No, he's a violent alcoholic, he's a dick. If you weren't causing problems, mom wouldn't have to drink. No, she's an alcoholic. All right, voting will do. Go for it. But like Malcolm X said, you're a chump. Thanks for watching the show. My name is Graham Elwood. Support me at grahamelwood.com. Or give your money to the Democratic Party and they'll laugh. They will laugh. They don't need your money because they get their money from big corporate donors. The private prison industry, big pharmaceutical companies. They pay for people like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' campaign. That's to support their campaigns. That's why they were against Medicare for all the reason. So when they get president, get in power, and you still don't have free healthcare, and you've lost your job, and you're in debt because of COVID, and the economy hasn't come back.
All right, I'm ending the show. Nobody said anything. You guys take care.